In the world of TV and cinema, villains are often the most fascinating and captivating characters. From Darth Vader to Hannibal Lecter, villains have become an essential part of popular culture. Two of the most iconic villains in recent TV history are Walter White from Breaking Bad and Pablo Escobar from Narcos. Both characters are complex, multi-dimensional, and have captured the imagination of audiences worldwide. In this essay, we will delve deeper into their characters, motivations, actions, and impact on culture. Walter White, from hero to villain. Walter White is one of the most intriguing and complex characters in TV history. At the start of Breaking Bad, Walter is a high school chemistry teacher with a modest life. He is diagnosed with terminal cancer and decides to use his chemistry skills to make and sell methamphetamine in order to provide for his family after his death. This initially noble intention sets off a chain of events that leads to Walter's transformation into a ruthless drug kingpin. As the series progresses, Walter becomes increasingly greedy and ruthless. He murders rival drug lords, manipulates and deceives his loved ones, and becomes addicted to power and wealth. Despite his villainous actions, Walter remains a sympathetic character. He is a family man who loves his wife and children, and his initial motivation for entering the drug world was noble. However, his descent into villainy is gradual and driven by a combination of circumstances, greed, and ego. One of the most intriguing aspects of Walter's character is his moral ambiguity. He is not a one-dimensional villain, but rather a complex and multi-dimensional character. He is both the protagonist and the antagonist of the series, and his actions are often justified in his own mind. This moral complexity is what makes Walter such a captivating character. Pablo Escobar, the king of Narcos. In contrast to Walter White's gradual transformation into villainy, Pablo Escobar is a ruthless criminal from the start. He is the central figure in the drug world in Colombia and is responsible for countless deaths and drug-related crimes. His rise to power is depicted in the Netflix series Narcos, which chronicles his life from a small-time smuggler to the most powerful drug lord in the world. Unlike Walter White, Pablo has no noble motivations for his criminal actions. He is driven purely by greed and a thirst for power. He is a violent and ruthless criminal who will stop at nothing to protect his empire. However, despite his villainous actions, Pablo is a charismatic and likable character. He has a Robin Hood image, and he cultivated a reputation as a savior of the poor. He donates money and housing to Medellín's poor, and is revered by many Colombians. One of the most fascinating aspects of Pablo's character is his relationship with his family. He loves his wife and children unconditionally, and provides them with ostentatious luxury. He is a devoted husband and father, but his criminal actions ultimately lead to his downfall. In the end, it is his love for his family that leads to his capture and death. When comparing Walter White and Pablo Escobar, it is clear that they are both villains, but their motivations, actions, and outcomes differ greatly. Walter's actions were initially driven by a desire to provide for his family after his death. However, as he became more involved in the drug world, his family became more of an afterthought. In contrast, Pablo loved his family so much, he took the risk of talking to them without precautions, which led to his death. When it comes to the number of crimes committed, Walter White and Pablo Escobar are in a league of their own. According to some fan calculations, Walter White committed a total of 270 crimes throughout Breaking Bad, while Pablo Escobar's reign of terror was responsible for countless deaths and drug-related crimes. He committed roughly over 1,000 crimes throughout Narcos. When it comes to their final moments, Walter White died alone and abandoned, while Pablo Escobar died surrounded by those who loved and respected him. Both men had complex and captivating journeys, but in the end, Pablo Escobar is the true king of villainy. However, don't take my word for it. Let me know in the comments which villain you think is more evil. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on all our latest villainous content. And that's it for today's episode of Villains Unleashed. Join us next time as we explore more fascinating characters from your favorite movies and TV shows. Until then, keep embracing your inner villain.